Children, welcome to SR Concepts. I am Ravi Verma, and in this video I will start the chapter number 10, that is reaching the age of adolescence. Dear students, in the previous chapter you have discussed about the reproductive systems of boys and girls. How do they produce gametes, how fertilization takes place, how the development of a baby takes place in the uterus of a mother. Now in this chapter, that is the reaching the age of adolescence, this chapter is actually very important for your studies and also for your life, because when you have crossed the age of 11 years, you will notice that a lot many changes are taking place in your body, and these changes may be very strange for you. You may be feeling certain problems in this age. Certain changes, for example, you are increasing rapidly in height, you are developing beard and moustaches, or maybe if we talk about girls, the breasts have started to develop, their shapes have started to change, right? The shapes of the boys and girls have started to change. A lot many changes are taking place, so many answers you will find in this chapter. So this chapter is very important for your health and hygiene, and also for your mental state, for your psychological state, right? So dear students, first of all we will learn about what is um, what is the meaning of adolescence. Dear students, adolescence is actually a period just like the childhood and adulthood. You know that up to the age of 11 years you are in the childhood state, right? And after the age of 18 years you will be in the adulthood state, right? So at the age of 11, up to the 11 you were in childhood, after 18 you will be adult, will be called adulthood, right? So from the period of 11 to 18 years there is a period that is called adolescence, and this period brings reproductive maturity in your bodies, means you become capable of sexual reproduction, you become physically mature, you become sexually mature, you become mentally mature, right? So a lot many changes are actually taking place in your bodies, right? And we will be discussing about this adolescence period as the period of changes by which you become reproductively mature. So the period of adolescence, how long does it last? From 11 to 18 or 19 years of age, and during this period you are called teenagers. The period of adolescence may start in girls 1 or 2 years earlier as compared to boys. So girls start the adolescence period starts in girls a little bit earlier as compared to boys. So dear students, a number of changes which have taken place in your bodies when you have entered into the adolescence. These changes mark the onset of puberty, means when you have entered into the adolescence period you are at the puberty state, right? So right now you are in the puberty state if you have crossed the age of 11 years. However, this is not necessary that in every child the adolescence will start at the 11 years only. It may start at the 12 years of age also, or in certain children this may start at 13 years also, right? So the period of the point of start of the adolescence or the period of adolescence may vary from person to person, from child to child. So what are various changes which take place at puberty? We will be learning about this now. First of all, let's talk about the change in height, that is the increase in height. You will see that many of your classmates, when you will return to the schools, you will see that many of the boys and many of the girls have actually shot up in height, means their heights have increased suddenly, very up to very long, or up to very large extent. Why? Because this increase in height is because of increase in the length of long bones like the bones of arms and legs. Dear students, do you want to know how long you will be at the age of maturity? Means if you want to know the 100% or the full height that you will achieve in your life, yes, obviously you want to know how long you will be, right? So let's look at this. In this In this activity, by the help of this activity, you can calculate your full height. Dear students, in the first column, the age is given. In the second column, percentage of full height of boys or girls is given. For example, if we talk about the age of 9 years, so at the age of 9 years, boys achieve 75% of their full height and girls achieve 81% of their full height. So this is actually representing the percentage of full height at the particular ages. You will see that at the age of 9 years, the girls have achieved more proportion or more amount of height as compared to the boys. In the same way, at the age of 10 years also, the girls have achieved more height, that is 84%, but boys have achieved only 78%, right? But gradually the difference will decrease, right? 81, 88, 84, 91%, 88, 95%, 92, 98%. So initially the girls actually grow at a rapid rate as compared to boys, but at the age of 18 years, both boys and girls achieve their 100% height. How to calculate the full height? Let's look at this formula. In this formula, by the help of this formula, you can calculate the full height. Let's see how to use this formula. So suppose a boy is at the age of 9 years and his present height is 120 centimeters. So if you want to calculate full height in centimeters, then you will write present height in centimeters here, right? And you will write the percentage of full height at this age as given in the chart here at the bottom. For example, at the age of 9 years, a boy has 120 centimeters of height. Then you will divide it by 75%, means 75, that is actually the height that a boy will achieve at the 9 years of age. So percentage of full height may be taken from this table. Here you can see at the age of 9 years, a boy achieves 75% of the height. So how to calculate? The present height is 120. The percentage of full height that is achieved is 75%, and you will multiply it with 100, and finally the answer will be 160 centimeters tall, right? So full height is 160 centimeters for that particular boy. Now at the age of puberty, you will see that in certain boys and girls, hands and legs have become very long as compared to their face. Means the size of their face is not proportionate to the size of their hands and legs, right? So a question is coming to the mind of Bujo. I am worried, in the minds of Paheli, I am worried, though I have become taller, my face looks much smaller as compared to the body. So dear students, what is written about this? Here you can see there is no need for Paheli to worry. All parts of the body do not grow at the same rate during the period of adolescence. Sometimes the arms and legs or hands and feet of the adolescents may look oversized and out of proportion with the body, but soon other parts catch up and result in a proportionate body. So sometimes this may be that fingers are very long or hands are very long or the face is small, right? But at the age of 18 years, everything will be normal. So there is no problem in such a case. All right. Now another very important fact is that your height is actually dependent on your genes. and you know that genes are carried or inherited from the parents, right? So your height depends on the genes. Sometimes you will see that your height is more or less similar to your parents or other of your brothers and sisters, right? But this is very important that at the time of adolescence you take the correct type of diet that includes all protein, vitamins, carbohydrates, fats, minerals, so that for bones and muscles proper nutrition is given for their growth. If we talk about another change at the puberty, then it is the change in body shape. You will see that the shape of the boys and girls have become very changed. What are the changes? Right, you will see that the boys have broader shoulders and wider chests. Why? Because they have entered the age of puberty when shoulders generally broaden as a result of growth. If we talk about girls, then the region below the waist becomes wider. In the same way, the boys develop more amount or more size of muscles as compared to the girls. So these are the differences in the body shape of the girls. Now we talk about the change in voice, right? You will see that the voice of boys of your class have become very means deep voices, right? But if we talk about girls, the voice is very shrill voice, right? So this is because actually in both boys and girls there is an organ, there is a part that is called voice box is growing in size. This is also called larynx, right? If we talk about boys, then if we talk about boys, then the voice box becomes very large and becomes visible in the form of an outgrowth, something like this, in the neck. So this outgrowth, right, this pointed portion, right, this is generally visible in boys only, right, in the throat area of the boys only, and this is called Adam's apple. This is called Adam's apple, and this pinkish structure is actually the whole larynx. So you will see that a part of the larynx is visible from outside in the boys only, but not in girls, right? So this is Adam's apple, and because of this you can say that the boys have a larger voice box as compared to girls. And because the boys have a larger voice box, their voice is very means deep voice, or we can say very low pitch voice. But if we talk about girls, their voice is very shrill, or we can say the girls have a high pitched voice, right? So this is how the voice changes in boys and girls. Another change if we talk about, then it is increased activity of sweat and sebaceous glands. So dear students, at the adolescent the sweat glands becomes more active and they start producing more amount of sweat. In the same way, sebaceous glands, which are called oil glands in your skin, start producing more amount of oil, and because of this oil in these glands, the bacteria starts developing, or bacteria resides in the oil of these glands and causes irritation, and this leads to the formation of pimples in your skin. So the appearance of pimple in your face, on your face, is actually because of overactivity of sebaceous glands or overproduction of oil in them, and the oil is actually inhabited by the bacteria which cause irritation, right? There are certain glands in our body which are called endocrine glands, and there are certain glands which are called exocrine glands. Let me tell you, the endocrine glands release hormones directly into the blood streams, so they are called ductless glands. But if we talk about sweat glands or sebaceous glands, then they release their secretions by the help of certain ducts or tubule-like structures, and they do not produce hormones. So such glands like sweat and oil glands, or we can say the salivary glands also, these sweat, oil glands and salivary glands, they are called exocrine glands. They are called exocrine glands, right? Okay, dear students, next if we talk about another change, then this is the development of sex organs. Dear students, in the boys, males sex organs like testes and penis develop completely. They increase in their size. In the same way, testes start producing the sperms also. So at the time of puberty, right, your penis, your testes enlarge, and the testes start producing the sperms. If we talk about in girls, then ovaries enlarge and they begin to release the eggs start maturing and they start releasing. So ovaries start releasing the mature eggs, or we can say the ovulation starts at the age of adolescence, at the age of puberty in the girls. Now another change that takes place in your bodies, right, is is reaching mental, intellectual, and emotional maturity. So adolescence is also a period of change in a person's way of thinking. Adolescents are more independent than before and are also self conscious. So you feel yourself more independent. You start doing their own works, your own works, and you start hiding the things from others, right? You become more self conscious, means you become more conscious about your appearance, about your body, right? Intellectual development takes place and they tend to spend considerable time in thinking, means you develop a capability of logical thinking. In fact, it is often the time of one's life when brain has greatest capacity of learning. So during the adolescence period, your brains are just like new computers. You are working very fastly, the brains are working very good, right? And you are most capable of learning, means learning period, you can say that the adolescence is the best period for learning, right? Then since sometimes, however, an adolescent may feel insecure while trying to adjust to the changes in the body and mind. So because there are a number of changes taking place, you may feel insecure. For example, in girls, menstrual cycle or menstrual flow also starts, right? That is a flow of blood and tissues through the vagina, right? Due to ovarian uterine cycle that takes place in the bodies of the girls, that we will be discussing about later in this period. So these all changes which are taking place in your bodies, for example, the development of beard and moustaches, the development of breasts, the start of menstrual flow, menstrual cycle, right, or sexual arousal, these all things are actually very natural. They are the part of your growing. So there is no reason to feel insecure, there is no reason to feel any problem. Just discuss your problems with your parents, right, and they will tell you all the solutions. Keep your body clean, hygienic, and have a proper diet in these periods, because every tissue, every part in your body is in the growing stage, right? So for the growth, material is required, and that material is given by the food, right? So this is very important to take a balanced diet and to keep your body healthy, and to share each and everything with your parents. Thank you for watching this video. In the next video we will be learning about the secondary sexual characters. Thank you.